The MTTD, Medium Turret Technology Demonstrator, was a vision of what a modern tank could be without being a traditional tank at all. Born from South Africa's arms innovation post the border war, it came at a time when passive armor just wasn't cutting it anymore. Heavy steel meant reduced mobility, and in the African terrain, it could mean life or death. Rather than just make a heavier tank, South African engineers wanted a smarter one, so they built a platform to test revolutionary concepts, active protection systems, unmanned turrets, automatic loaders, and advanced sensors. One of the most futuristic features? The crew didn't sit in the turret, they were embedded deep in the hull. This made the MTTD more survivable than traditional MBTs. It also tested a low recoil 105mm gun with plans for 120mm in future prototypes. War Thunder's take on the MTTD gets some big things right. First off, the crew placement is accurate. Just like the real prototype, the crew sits low in the hull, protected from turret hits. The turret itself is unmanned, which is a faithful nod to the original design philosophy. And yes, the MTTD's signature 105mm gun is here, delivering great performance in game. Oh! Got him on the tire though. That's a banger. Let's go, let's go, let's go. What? Suspension gone. Oh, come on, that was mine, dude. Oh, he thought he had me. Got him. Object 435. You know, I unlocked the Object 906 the other day. That little light tank is super dangerous, dude. That is nuclear worthy, basically. But let's give credit where it's due. War Thunder does get the mobility right. The MTTD was meant to be quick, agile, and smartly designed for fast deployments. The gun is responsive, and the low profile and turret geometry make it a hard target at range. Visually, the model is spot on. Gaijin did their homework when it comes to the look and battlefield presence. The thing feels like a prototype that came out of a high-tech lab. But beyond those solid foundations, some of the most futuristic features of the MTTD don't make it into War Thunder. The active protection systems, the very heart of the MTTD survivability, are absent. There is no smoke reaction to incoming threats, no radar-based interception, and none of these soft-kill electronic countermeasures that were being tested in the real design. Without that, the MTTD ends up playing just like any other light armored tank with a decent gun, losing the tactical edge it was designed to have. You are doing...
One on you.
Copy! Ah! Too fast! Talking with Professor Dewald Venter was a game changer. He explained how the MTTD wasn't just a prototype tank, it was South Africa's leap into postmodern armored warfare. APS, modular sensors, advanced fire control. It wasn't about brute force, it was about the brains over brawn. Basically, before we kick off a game here, the discussion or the vehicle that I wanted to discuss this evening with you, because you're the actual, resident expert when it comes to this vehicle, and also the official expert in terms of the books that you've done. You need to, by the way, please provide me with a link to your books, your current books that you've got available for purchase, because I would like to give that through to the gents here so they can, go out and hopefully get a copy of it. But back to the vehicle here, the MTD, the Rooikat MTTD. Now, we had an off-stream discussion not so long ago. You gave me some really interesting information about this actual vehicle. But I think I want to start off with a question here straight off the bat. What is your perception of this vehicle in War Thunder? Do you feel like this is represented correctly? And you can go through all the facets. We've got time here. What's your take on this particular vehicle?
Well, the model is absolutely spot on. So kudos to the War Thunder team for getting the model right. So that's a huge thumbs up. The something very important of the MTTD is missing in War Thunder specifically, and it has to do with its soft kill system and hard kill and passive and active armor systems that are not incorporated in game yet. I mean, for those of you who were around when the MTTD came out, or those of you who've unlocked it, the launcher at the top is actually a prototype, a passive protection system that would launch laser reflective smoke grenades into any direction that the sensors detected the laser designator from. And that multispectral smoke is not modeled in game for some other reason. Now, my thoughts would be, even though other systems in the game also have a automatic defense smoke screen launching system, that's basically a have to in modern armored warfare. Those are not modeled there, but at least if you could model the launcher to launch smoke as you would any other vehicle in the game in the direction that the turret is facing, then at least you would have some additional form of protection. And we all know how important smoke is in War Thunder, and your smoke doesn't provide thermal coverage for someone with a thermal gunner sight. So that as a first is very important. And the other system that it's relatively unique, maybe your viewers know of another vehicle that has this feature, but when you take a closer look at the MTTD, you will see around it you have these small protrusions, these knobs. There's another word I want to use, but I'm not going to do it. And these knobs would dispense a laser beam absorbing foam that would cover the vehicle when the laser sensors detect a laser designator on the vehicle. And what this foam would do is it would absorb the laser designator's stream, and it would give an incorrect reading to the designating unit, or it would reduce effective range. So effectively, you won't be able to identify how far the MTTD is if it's in your sight. It will either give you a null reading or it would give you a incorrect reading. And the numbers can vary between 50 and 75% reduction in capability of the laser designator. So that's a huge difference. You can imagine sitting on the opposite side of an MTTD, lasing it, getting a range, and then shooting and completely missing because your shell dropped far short. And then it's the MTTD's turn to take a shot at you. So those two features are missing in the game at the moment, and they would add a substantial improvement to the MTTD experience.
Now, if you want to learn about the MTTD and South Africa's military vehicle history, check out Professor Dewald Venter's book. It's packed with rare information and a must-read for any military tech fan. I've dropped a link in the description below. Go support quality research. So, did War Thunder get the MTTD right? Visually and conceptually, yes. But in terms of what made it special, not yet. Hopefully, future patches will reflect the true depth of this South African marvel. Leave your thoughts below and let me know, should Gaijin go back and do the MTTD justice? If you like this content, please consider liking this video and dropping a comment on a tank that you would like to see next. On that bombshell, I bid you all a farewell and see you next time. Good night.